Hey guys, Thomas Jr. here, aka Mustached. I'm here with a review for a reboot for a movie I'd never even heard of, Point Break. And and to be honest, it felt completely unneeded. And after watching the movie, I was kind of like, this could have worked potentially, but I found that there were way more issues in this movie than actual cool parts. So the movie does begin with these two motorcycle guys, and I'll just call the main character Blonde Tattoo because I can't remember his actual name in the movie. Um, so Mr. Blonde Tattoo and his friend are on these motorcycles, and they're in this gorge area or mountain area or something, and they drive to this little pillar thing, and the friend also goes over and he falls to his death, even though the blonde tattoo guy could have just, I don't know, took his hand and got him off the motorcycle instead of trying to drive him back onto the small little ledge. And how he got off of that little pillar is beyond me. I don't know. But he does, and he suddenly decides after a few years, hey, I'm gonna become an FBI agent. For some reason, I guess his friend's death made him think, oh, well, yeah, FBI agent, that's the logical next step, I guess. And he seems to be magically good at it as they tell him about this group of people that have been stealing goods, money in these really bizarre ways, and in different locations. And he shows these three videos of them doing different things, and he puts it all together through the magic of knowing stuff, and he says that he knows where they're gonna be next. So he goes to this place where there are big waves and everyone's having a good old fashioned time, and he meets up with the potential criminals of the movie, and they start surfing these really big waves. And after that, I think the movie forgets it's a criminal movie. I mean, they spend the time surfing, and after that, they do this gliding thing off these mountains where they have the suits, and then they go snowboarding. Honestly, this movie feels like they were just trying to make a vacation movie and just do extreme stunts. I mean, they completely forget that they're doing a criminal movie for like 90% of it. I mean, through the entire middle section, I should say. But the guy does his typical trope thing where he's like, oh, I'm getting close, and then that being blonde tattoo, of course, and then his lead officer is like, I don't know, I'll give you one more shot. So they end up on this boat. He meets this girl. He instantly falls in love with her with a very little to no dialogue. And then he sums up. He somehow finds the next location, and this is before he gets initiated into their group, and I don't recall where he heard this information from. I don't even know if the woman told him that, but I don't know. He somehow finds the next location. He ends up there. Um, and at some point, they go snowboarding in this different location. One of the guys ends up falling to his death because the blonde tattoo guy's like, hey, we should keep going down this dangerous mountain. Isn't that a good idea? And everyone else wanted to stop, so he wanted to keep going. So another one of his new friends died because of his lack of action, or in this case, his perpetual action to just keep going without thinking about anything else. So he ends up dying. Then the one of the other guys says he's gonna complete this stuff that this other guy wanted to do the extreme way. So they do that. They set up this thing where they're in this other area, and they're gonna put a bunch of bombs in this place. And suddenly, people just start shooting at them for some reason. I don't. I honestly, there's no reason why these people started shooting at them. They start bumping into them for no reason. Like I said, there's nothing connecting this scene to anything else in the movie, so it doesn't make any sense, but they just start doing it. Then um, they go down this mountain area. The guy finally reveals he's an FBI agent, and the other guy's like, "Oh yeah, I kind of knew you were a cop, but I thought I could fix you or whatever." So they begin the chase, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I think I know where he's gonna strike next because of this whole list thing of these super feats about climbing this mountain and where it's gonna be located because no cops could normally go there." So he goes there, and the two guys are climbing. He's chasing after them, and this is after like some shootout that happens, and then he ends up shooting his potential girlfriend, and she's dead. So he kills somebody else, being blonde tattoo. He's accidentally just let the first guy go. He kept going and let the second guy kind of just go off and die. And now he's killed his third uh, person. Is he the villain of this movie? Like, my thought process was like, he's just accidentally killing people, letting people die, killing people. Like, what is going on here? And anyways, it's down to two people he's chasing. One of them falls down to the mountain and dies or whatever. And he's chasing the last guy up, and then he goes to the top with the other guy, and they both fall down this waterfall, and that should be the end of them. They should have died from that height, I think. I'm pretty sure, but they both somehow end up surviving. Um, and because of his brave actions and discovery, he gets to be an FBI agent. Wait, what? I'm sorry, but what did he actually do? He let the guy go at the end of the movie. He just said, I mean, he finds him again because he's still alive. He's surfing waves and going into them on his boat. And Surfer Tattoo's there. And he's like, "Oh, I could arrest you, but I'm just gonna let you go." And then he gets the promotion to FBI agent. Like, is it that easy to become an FBI agent? I mean, going undercover, doing these fun activities, either letting people die or killing them. I guess that's what it takes, or that's the way this movie presents itself as it being that easy. And like I said, the entire middle portion of this movie feels like it's completely disconnected from everything else in the movie. And at the end of the day, it's not a very strong movie. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Like there were just little parts where like I was like, okay, yeah, it's an okay movie, but it's not particularly all that good. Um, and it's I think it could have worked if they had just kept a consistent sort of thing where like the bad guys are clearly doing bad guy things behind the main character's back when they're doing these other activities. If that had been the case, and if it was better acted, I think this movie could have been a lot better when it came to the end part. But it just comes off of this start criminal movie, and then it completely shifts into this 180, turns into a completely different movie, and then it goes at the end, oh wait, we're a criminal movie too, we gotta throw that back in there, and that's how the movie ends. So that's my review for this movie. It's not that great. I don't know if the original was this unorganized and unconnected, but uh, I guess I might check it out at some point. I don't know. But, anyways, that's my review for this movie. So, I'm Thomas Asula Jr., aka Mustache Tom, and I'll see you guys next time.